The Young and the Restless spoilers. Thurdays update. Win the 6th of August, 2026. Welcome back to our channel. Today is a wonderfully quiet night. The perfect time to sit back, relax, and dive deep into the endless, chaotic drama of Genoa City. We have so much to unpack today, so let's jump right into the madness. Okay, so I've been thinking about this, and my brain is just spinning in absolute circles about the Wednesday, August 5 episode. Nikki and Victor are celebrating their latest reunion, and they are planning a trip to Venice, and I am just sitting here staring at the screen like, what is actually happening? How are we here again? Here's what's bugging me. They are acting like this is a brand new start. They are totally convinced that they will never, ever have problems again. Like, basically, they are just erasing the last few months of absolute hell. And I know it's a soap opera, but the psychological whiplash is just insane to me. I mean, they are sitting there, smiling, talking about gondolas and Italian wine, while completely ignoring the massive, glaring red flags that are literally on fire all around them. Wait, let me back up. Actually, no. First, I should mention the sheer delusion of this Venice trip. Nikki is the one who suggests it. Nikki, the woman who just weeks ago was screaming at Victor because he kidnapped Jack Abbott. Okay, I know I just said the opposite, but hear me out. Is Nikki just exhausted? Her bandages just came off. She had that whole terrifying blindness scare. Her MS is always a factor, and she just wants peace. But peace with Victor Newman? That's an oxymoron. It's weird. Like, really weird. The whole thing is just weird. She genuinely thinks a vacation is going to fix a man who has spent the last 40 years proving he cannot be fixed. What was I saying? Oh, right, the past. We really need to talk about their past to understand how fundamentally broken this reunion is. I was up till 3 a.m. last night, just spiraling down a rabbit hole about how Victor and Nikki even started. Remember when Victor first met Nikki? She was a stripper. She was young, naive, and just trying to survive. And what does Victor do? He lies. He literally pretends to be the butler of the real Victor Newman. Like, who does that? What kind of sociopathic meet cute is that? He manipulated her from day one. He wanted to test her to see if she was a good girl or a gold digger, which is basically just him playing God with someone's life. He built the entire foundation of their romance on a massive, manipulative lie. And then, because that wasn't toxic enough, he forces her to marry someone else. I think it was episode, well, I don't know the exact episode number, maybe somewhere in the early years, somewhere around there. But he pushes her to marry this nice guy named Kevin. Victor literally orchestrates her marriage to another man because he claims he doesn't love her, or he's protecting her, or whatever twisted logic he was using back then. He pushed her away while simultaneously controlling her every move. And Nikki, because she's trapped in this bizarre psychological web, goes along with it. But then she lies to Kevin. She tells Kevin that he is Victoria's biological father, when it was actually Victor's baby all along. So basically, the entire foundation of the great Victor and Nikki romance is built on massive, life-altering lies. Victor lying about his identity, Nikki lying about paternity. They have been doing this to each other for decades. And yet, here they are on August 5, clinking glasses and planning a vow renewal at the ranch like they are a couple of high school sweethearts who just had a minor disagreement over where to eat dinner. I mean, not exactly, but kind of. They're acting like their past is just a series of unfortunate events that happened to them, rather than toxic choices they actively made to hurt each other. Okay, wait. Let me backtrack to the Jack Abbott of it all, because this is the part that is truly making me lose my mind. The most recent breakup, it wasn't just a minor squabble. Victor kidnapped Jack. He abducted the man, held him against his will, and almost got him killed. Jack Abbott, a grown man, the patriarch of the Abbott family, was snatched up because Victor cannot let go of a decades-old vendetta, and Nikki found out. She was horrified. She packed a bag, she drew a line in the sand, she looked Victor in the eye and basically said she was done with his petty, selfish, irrational hatred of Jack. She literally walked out on him because his actions were so unhinged and dangerous. But then what happens? Victor gives her a non-apology. I watched that scene like 5 times trying to figure out what he actually promised her. She demanded he drop the vendetta against Jack. And Victor mumbled. He basically grunted something that sounded vaguely compliant. He didn't say, "I will never hurt Jack again." He just sort of deflected and said his love for her was stronger than his hatred for Jack, which, by the way, is a terrifying metric for love. I love you more than I love ruining my enemy's life. Well, Victor, how romantic. Put that on a Hallmark card. It doesn't mean he won't still try to ruin Jack's life. It just means he likes Nikki slightly more. Anyway, the point is, wait, what was the point? Oh, the point is that Nikki accepted this. She accepted this vague, non-committal grunt as a binding peace treaty. She just caved. Why? Because she loves him, or because she's just too tired to fight anymore? Probably doesn't matter, but I noticed that whenever Nikki is dealing with a major health crisis, like her vision loss recently, she reverts to her most dependent state with Victor. She needs him to be the rock. So she willfully ignores the fact that the rock is actually a live grenade. She just wants to feel safe, even if that safety is a complete illusion built on Victor's empty promises. And now they are going to Venice, the city of sinking foundation. How poetic is that? I mean, maybe the writers did that on purpose, or maybe not. I don't know. But they are planning this romantic getaway, and they are also planning a massive vow renewal ceremony at the Newman Ranch. A vow renewal. Let that sink in. How many times have these two renewed their vows? I have honestly lost count. Every time they renew their vows, someone ends up in jail, in the hospital, or kidnapped. It's like a cursed ritual at this point. They renew their vows, and then the universe immediately punishes them for their hubris. And let's look at what is happening around them while they are planning this little Italian honeymoon. Nick Newman, their son, is literally fighting for his life. Nick is in rehab, struggling with a severe fentanyl addiction. He is having terrifying nightmares where he hallucinates swallowing packets of drugs at Crimson Lights. He checked out of rehab against medical advice just to attend this stupid vow renewal. Nick is hitting rock bottom. His brain is completely short-circuiting, and Victor and Nikki are like, "Oh, let's go look at the canals in Italy." I know. They care about Nick. Victor and Nikki had that whole conversation at the athletic club where they agreed they were worried about him, but their actions just do not match their words at all. If your son is spiraling into a deadly drug addiction, do you plan a massive party for yourself? Actually, no. Wait. Maybe they think the vow renewal will bring the family together and give Nick something positive to focus on. But then again, that doesn't explain why Victor is simultaneously taunting Billy Abbott and plotting revenge against Phyllis and Matt Clark. If Victor was truly focused on his family's healing, he wouldn't be out there starting new wars. Oh my God. Yes, the Billy Abbott thing. While Victor is playing the devoted, reformed husband for Nikki, he is literally going out of his way to psychologically torture Billy. He is bringing up Delia. He is bringing up Jill. He is rubbing salt in Billy's deepest, most agonizing wounds. Victor hasn't changed at all. He is the exact same ruthless, manipulative puppet master he has always been. He just knows how to hide it from Nikki for 5 minutes so he can get what he wants. He wants his wife back in his bed and his portrait hanging in her living room, and he will say whatever he needs to say to make that happen. And Nikki is a smart woman. She really is. But when it comes to Victor, she has this massive, glaring blind spot. It's weird, like really weird. The whole thing is just weird. She knows he's lying. Deep down, she has to know. When Victor mumbled that he would drop the Jack vendetta, Nikki's eyes kind of flickered, like she knew it was a lie, but she chose to believe it anyway because the alternative is being alone. Or maybe she thinks she can control him now, like since she forgave him, she holds the power. But that's just not how their dynamic works. It never has been. You can't control Victor Newman. Nobody controls Victor Newman. Not even Victor Newman controls Victor Newman. His ego does. I was thinking about this the other day, comparing them to other couples on the show. Like, look at Jack and Diane. They are a mess right now, too, with the whole Patty Williams blackmail thing. But at least Jack and Diane's mess is external. They are fighting against outside forces. Victor and Nikki are the outside forces. They are their own worst enemies. They actively sabotage each other and then act completely surprised when everything blows up in their faces. It's a cycle of abuse and forgiveness that just never ends. So here we are on August 5. They are celebrating. They are avoiding talking about the past. They are actively ignoring the fact that their relationship started with Victor pretending to be a butler and Nikki lying about who fathered her child. They are ignoring the fact that Victor just kidnapped Jack. They are ignoring Nick's addiction. They are just pretending. It is an absolute masterclass in denial. I honestly don't know whether to be impressed or horrified. They are sitting there smiling at each other, completely disconnected from the reality of the destruction they leave in their wake. I mean, I give it a month, maybe two, tops, before Victor does something completely unhinged again, like buying Jack's house out from under him, or trying to frame Billy for murder, or locking Matt Clark in a dungeon again. And then Nikki will act all shocked and betrayed. She will say, "How could you, Victor? You promised." And Victor will yell, "You got that? I did it to protect this family." And we will be right back where we started. It is the definition of insanity. Doing the exact same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It's just, I can't stop thinking about the Kevin storyline. Why did my brain go back to Kevin? Poor Kevin. He was just a pawn, just like everyone else in their orbit. Victoria grew up thinking Kevin was her dad for a while. Imagine the psychological damage there. And now Victoria is working overtime to keep the family peace, teaming up with Adam, of all people, to save Nick, while her parents are off planning a romantic getaway. It's so dysfunctional. The kids are constantly parenting the parents. Victoria is basically holding the entire Newman family together with duct tape and sheer willpower, while Victor and Nikki are picking out matching luggage for Venice. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe this time it really is different. Victor did actually apologize, which is rare. He said he was wrong. He said his love for her was stronger than his hate for Jack. Maybe that's enough, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm just rambling now. My brain is totally fried from overthinking this. But I guarantee you, this Venice trip is going to end in tears, or an explosion, or Victor throwing someone into a canal. Anyway, I need to go to sleep. But seriously, watch the August 5 episode and tell me I'm wrong. You can see the lies right behind their smiles. It's all just a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. And we are all just sitting here waiting for the inevitable explosion.